currently at a client's office, and yeah, there he is. Hi. Kenny is making coffee.
And then I come across your YouTube channel. I was like, okay, this is it. This is it.
Difficult, but I'm trying. I think I'm just, guys, I'm pushing for those 50s.
What I like about the profession is the traveling. Any chance I get, na travel, na go. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, well, this week I have a visitor from the University of Johannesburg. So he's doing back work, and we're currently at a client's office, and yeah, there he is. Hi. Yeah, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Kenny from UJ and assigned Big 4.
Yes, congratulations. So guys, I'll be asking Kenny a couple of questions. We're just recording in bits and pieces because yeah, we have to work, right? You need to work.
I get paid now, I mean.
Oh wow, so we'll see you guys later. Kenny is making coffee. How's it so far? You just had your first, was it your first face-to-face meeting?
Yeah, we had it.
Oh, it's the second one. Yes. Well, I hope you're learning.
Yeah.
Hi, Kenny. So tell us, who are you? What do you do?
My name is Kenny. I am a become honors in internal auditing student at the University of Johannesburg, and I'm currently on back work with one of the big 4 accountancy firms.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I'm currently on an audit engagement.
Nice. And how did you know about? Okay, how did you know me? How did you get to know Gift?
Wow. Great question. Tutoring. I think the first time I actually heard about your name was when we were actually told about our audit tutors in second year, I think. And I think you were with, but I think you were the senior tutor, if not, you know. And then, but I never was part of your group. I've always been hearing Gift is good with explanations. And so I was like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
cool. And then I come across your YouTube channel. I was like, okay, this is it. This is it. So I think your YouTube channel really helped me personally. You know, really align myself to say, you know, is internal audit something that I want to do? Because yeah, I think the gap in terms of, how do I put this? Information, you know, it isn't there, you know. So when I actually saw that there's actually someone who does internal audit, YouTube vlogs, I was just like, perfect timing, perfect.
Then you started harassing me on LinkedIn, harassed me on Instagram.
You know, because I wanted more information. I was like, I need to scoop out as much more information as I can, you know, from everything about the day in a life, you know, interview tips, everything.
And look where you are. Now you were harassing me. And look where it got you. You are here.
You know. So yeah, I mean, I keep learning a lot from her. So thank you so much.
Yeah, so we just finished working on a client. Okay, we're not finished, but we're done for the day. So had to travel a bit because it was a bit far from the office. And yeah, as I said, this video is all about back work. Sort of just, you know, bonding with my back student, and just giving you guys an idea of what is back work all about. Just getting an exposure and just understanding what kind of exposure do you get when you just do back work. Sometimes you might be taken for back work but not actually join the firm, so you're just here for that month, 2 weeks or whatever, just to get an idea, you know. And it's really good for you because you sort of see the work that you do at school and then you combine it with what you're learning. So yeah, Kenny is behind the camera. You can make your voice known. How? So Kenny's still with me, guys, and hopefully he's learning a thing or two. One thing I told him today was it's okay to make mistakes, right?
In 3 kilometers, take the
I don't
exit
know.
on the left.
I don't know what else did you learn today, like just general stuff.
Yeah.
What did you learn? Is there anything that you took away today?
Listening really plays a key, like in everything that you do. Speaking to the client, understanding what they're trying to say, but also, you know, uttering the correct words to the client as well, so that they could also understand what you are saying.
That is perfect. I think that's really important, especially for the fact that there could be language barriers. We could speak audit terms and they don't know what we're saying. So I'm glad that you learned that. Let's actually put you on camera. So what else? What advice would you like to give to somebody that wants to maybe work at the Big Four or join internal audit or whatever? What would you say?
I'd say be bold, man. You know, be brave as well. You know, go out there, make a lot of mistakes now in back work, so that, you know, come first year, you are actually much more wiser and know just be bold, man.
But with first year as well, I mean, you're still learning. So what you saw at VACWork was just a glimpse, just a taste, I think, to push you to do well in your honors, so that you know where you're going.
That is true.
So you're still gonna learn a lot. So your VACWork was just a glimpse, and for you it's lucky because you're doing it physically and not virtually. So Kenny is a student and he's working, you know. So for me, I want to ask you, what's the challenges you faced since, you know, you're a student and you're also doing honors? What's currently difficult with what you're doing?
I think for me, adjusting, first of all, from online to face is a huge jump, guys. Like literally now you have to wake up, get ready, and then go to class, you know. And it's a thing of, you know, when we were online, we just wake up there and then you just log in and you attend and then you go back to sleep. Now you have to be physically there in class, you know, understand what they're saying. And most of the time in class we are doing practical questions, so we won't literally be going through a lecture, but just practical questions. So if you didn't really go through the material first, you're not gonna understand, you know. So honors really wants more from you, from what, you know, undergrad was about. And another thing with me is that I have to juggle working and being a student at the same time, so it makes it kind of difficult, because now I had to speak to my employees to say Monday, Tuesdays I'm not here, you know. And now I still get texts from work to say, listen, we need this PO, we need this and this, you know. So even though they've given me that grace, I still can't really function without work. They still need something for me to do, you know. So it's always work. So balancing the two is kind of difficult, but I mean,
It's a bit of a challenge.
it's a challenge, and you know, but
Okay, so my next question for you is, so you talk about balancing and the grace period and all of that. Let's say there's somebody who can't handle what you do. Would you say they should actually quit their job and actually pursue their honors? Is it worth more, or would you say that they actually just maybe put a hold on honors and then focus on their job? Because it is difficult now, things are expensive, you know, you need to take care of yourself. So which one is which? Like, which one takes first preference for you?
I think for me it really is a personal thing, and it really goes to what is it that you hope to achieve at the end of the day, you know. Some people just go into honors because they think more career opportunities. Some people go into honors because, you know, if you want to be a certain thing, you need that honors qualification, you know. But for me, it also, you need to look at the situation that you are in. Some people as well, you know, have to find jobs because they can't really you know, there's no funding, there's no bursaries at that time, you know. So you need to get a job to actually help your parents or whatever, you know, pay for those fees. But sometimes you can't even juggle the two, and it gets so overwhelming to that point that you're not going to succeed in any of those two. So you need to really put what works for you, in a sense of, does this honors, if you continue with honors, can you financially pay for yourself? Because there's no I don't know, hence I'm saying it's a personal thing. I don't think it would suffice to be studying, but that you don't have food, you can't go to class, you can't do anything, because now it's a face-to-face thing. You don't have that finances, you can't rent a room, all those kind of things. So it really, for me, is a personal thing, and also about what is it that you hope to achieve at the end of the day. So for me, it's difficult, but I'm trying. I think I'm just, guys, I'm pushing for those 50s. I am pushing for those 50s, and I'm just like, I'm okay. Like, I had my distinctions, they were fine, but we are pushing for those 50s at this point. But yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, what's an interesting fact that you've learned during that work? What's that thing where you're like, no, I thought, so this is how, because I think you've been getting a lot of those, right?
Yeah.
So what has been that thing where you're like, because I know, guys, Kenny asks a lot of questions, which is a good thing, like, you're here to learn. So what's that, oh my word, I didn't know it's like this. What's that thing that you got?
I think from theory as well into practical, because of how people view auditors, and that they are there to find something, man. There's something taught you when there's an auditor. And when you are an auditor or a trainee, you're just taught that your job is not really to find something wrong. Your job is just to help, add value, help those people as well, the organization as a whole. So your job is not really to go out there and dig, to say, there must be something wrong. And if there's nothing wrong, it's fine, it's good, you're just helping, So I think for me that came as a shock, because I always had that, auditors, man, CIA agents kind of vibes. We are investigators, But I mean, you need to be okay with not finding a finding. It just means that the business is doing okay. So yeah, I think that is one interesting thought that really I had to break down and be like, yeah, this is okay. Yeah.
Okay, so my next question, what's the one thing that you would say you've learned from me just from the 3 days that you've been here?
I think I learned a lot, but a highlight and something that happened today as well is that it's okay to make mistakes. You're only human, and you learn from those mistakes. You learn a lot of things from that moment when I made a mistake. I actually learned that listening was very important, but also how I communicated with the manager was also important, so that they could also explain or understand what I'm trying to say. So it was more of a package on its own, how you present yourself to the managers as well. You don't want to be like, I explained this now, you want me to explain it again. So for me, from that exercise, as little as it was, but I learned a lot, that be confident as well when you speak, because that's how you grab the attention of a manager. If you're stuttering, they are also trying to understand what you're saying, all those kind of things. So yeah, that's something that I learned from you as well.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
All right, so Kenny's asked me, how do I deal with disappointments and discouragement? Firstly, you need to understand the kind of person you are. I'm usually an overachiever. I'm very hard on myself, and I learned that it's not the best thing to do sometimes. It's okay. So I got to learn from just working. I think the moment you get your first job, you'll start to understand what it's like, that not everything has to be the way you imagine it to be. I mean, we get to a place and we don't know anything. The people that you are working with, they know everything. So if you're gonna take it as I have to be perfect, you're never gonna actually learn. So you deal with it by understanding that the reason why I'm disappointed and discouraged is because I need to learn something from this so that I can be better. So I think the moment we understand that as people that to learn something, and I need to just have growth. You want to have stories to tell. You want to go through a test. But if you're not willing to take disappointment and discouragement, then honestly, you are in the wrong life actually, because there's disappointment and discouragement everywhere. Understand that it's for growth, and understand that it is to shape you and make you a better person. And people generally relate to people who can handle, disappointment and discouragement, because you're always there to motivate. But somebody that has it all figured out, there's nothing special about
My
it.
last question, right? Some of the things that you like and hate about our profession.
What I like about the profession is the traveling. Any chance I get, I travel, I go. But not in Gauteng. Me, I want to go out. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to international, overseas and all that. That's what I want. That's what I love about this job. What I don't like about this job is that it does get really hectic. Like, I think I don't like client delay. Where some of the completion of your engagement depends on the client. So if things don't go well, the understanding of the process and all of that, it makes it very difficult for you to actually complete your work. That's what I don't like. Whereas like working at another place where you just done, you're done. So with us, it's like if there's no communication, no response, you have to keep following up, and that's a huge delay. Yeah.
Alrighty, till next time.
Close my channel properly. Close it properly.
You know how to do. Subscribe.
Yes.
Share, subscribe, and like.